Growing up, one of my most enduring images of Nigeria was of rich vegetation, pristine streams and rivers, hills and valleys, and the fabled agricultural and mineral resources, with the payoff line, Nigeria, a land flowing with abundant resources. Truth be told, Nigeria is or was blessed with resources, yet one resource that has largely been anonymous is our abundant human resources, with the exception of the Super Eagles or whichever of our national sports teams was not breaking our collective hearts at that point. The optics are replete with this sweat-soaked Nigerian man stumbling along as if on his last whiff of oxygen, or the shabby market woman relishing the chaotic backdrop where she ekes out a living. While such images poignantly capture the spirit of the hustle and could even be a nod to the significant contribution of the informal sector to Nigeria's economy, it falls short of truly reflecting the complete picture of the Nigerian labor market. Could it be because Nigerians lack a clear understanding of the capacity and impact of our human capital? Or are we too detached from the workings of an economic system to appreciate the skills routinely demonstrated in banking halls, classrooms, hospitals, farms, beauty salons, restaurants, laboratories, and shopping malls?
There's a lot of spotlight on entrepreneurs, founders, owners of businesses, and there's little spotlight, attention, recognition for people who are part of our teams that help us to build our organizations and build the visions that we have.
It does not come as a surprise, considering the pervasive misinterpretation of the concept of productivity in Nigeria, even though the National Bureau of Statistics hinges economic growth on the productivity of inputs such as capital and labor. Arguably, the most crucial strategic organizational decision is to get and retain the right people to drive the vision and produce results. Indeed, the International Labour Organization stated that the more productive a country's workers are, the more value they can bring to their employers and the national economy.
Let me congratulate Falabi. He's been fantastic. This social impact initiative is what we've been preaching over the years, right. To be able to appreciate our employees everywhere.
It is against that backdrop that we rebranded the TAMS Ambassadors Awards as Nigeria's Employee of the Year Award, NEYA, whereas TAMS Ambassadors rewarded only TAMS customers. NEYA was open to all interested organizations across Nigeria, private and public. The main idea was to recognize and celebrate everyday employees who are contributing their sweat, skills, and strength to Nigeria's economic growth. We put out adverts on television, radio, and social media, and sent tons of letters asking HR managers and CEOs to send us their appraisal score and profile of their Employee of the Year, with a brief remark on why that person should be considered the TAMS Nigeria's Employee of the Year Award.
So if we're talking about productivity and we operate in Nigeria, and thanks to people like you that felt that it should go beyond the walls of Mozart Center, go beyond TAMS. So this year we said we're going to make it bigger. It's going to be beyond TAMS customers. And thankfully, when we came up with this idea of Nigerian Employee of the Year Award, NEYA, it was well received by Nigerians. We have over 1,000 plus non-TAMS customers that participated nationwide. Wow. We have companies from Port Harcourt, Abuja, Kaduna, all over participated in the whole process.
We received a huge number of entries, which were pruned to 100, then 50, and eventually a shortlist of 20 nominees in March, after which the voting portal was opened to the general public to vote for their preferred candidate from April the 1st through 21st.
This award is the first that I've ever heard of, and I think it's something that should gain a whole lot more attention. I mean, employee recognition in the workforce is actually very important in terms of building morale in the workspace. I believe that this kind of award, if given the right attention, is something that people will want to have on their CVs, maybe possibly even have on their LinkedIn pages, so to speak. And every professional should be able to want to identify with such an award.
NEYA is a wonderful program sincerely, it brings out the good, the productivity. It gingers, you know, the innate productivity that is in all employee. This is very wonderful. You won't imagine that ever since this news has broken, staff have been all over me, wanting to know what exactly is it that they needed to do in order to get this award. And we have been, you know, telling them, we have been giving them, you know, it's not something different for what is expected of them, but they only need to put in more effort and, you know, success will be theirs.
Most times you see that CEOs are being recognized, the companies are being recognized, but now the staff are being recognized. I think it's a commendable thing that NEYA is doing, and I wish we can continue doing that.
At the end of the public vote, the top 3 candidates with the highest number of the votes emerged as the 2019 Nigeria's Employee of the Year Award NEYA ambassadors. They are: 3rd runner-up Hamzat Ibrahim, a mathematics teacher who polled 12% of the total votes; Adeji Onabanjo, a brand marketing manager who emerged as 2nd runner-up with 17.1% of the total votes. In 1st place at the 2019 Nigeria's Employee of the Year Award, NEYA overall winner is Raliat Abe, an operations manager based in Abuja who polled 18% of the total votes.
My name is Raliat Abe. I'm the retail operations manager for House of Tara.
Raliat is a learner, leader and all-round performer, as her CEO and supervisors attest.
I'm really super excited about Raliat being here. She's one of I would say the products of House of Tara. She's worked with us for I think about 8 years, and I've seen her growth across roles. House of Tara was her first, more or less her first place of work after graduating and doing NY Youth Core. I'm so excited to see that she's grown not just as a great manager, but as a very strong leader with very strong influence across the entire organization.
Raliat Abe is someone I've known for, I've worked with her for about 7 years, and she's an inspirational leader. I admire her leadership. I admire her quest for growth. I admire the fact that she's an influential person. Like Raliat talks and people want to follow. I admire her growth. Raliat started from being a makeup artist, and then she was hungry for more. And the fact that she wants more, she's just, she's an amazing person to work with, and you just want to be around Raliat.
A typical working day would be, I come to work, let's say a few minutes before resumption, because I'll have to process my thoughts and put things together. I do a to-do list. I write down the tasks I have to do for the day, meaning I have to check in with branches. Have their monies been lodged in for the day? Resumption, have branches resumed at the time they're supposed to resume? So I have meetings with the team, my team members, and we discuss our revenue activities for the week. The challenges we had in the past week and what we'll have to do and where we are.
Coming in at close second in this dynamically contested award is...
My name is Adeji Onabanjo Oluwasijibomi. I am an account manager at Brand Life Limited. I've been working with Brand Life for 2 years and 2 weeks to be precise.
Focused, self-driven and organized, Ayodeji is a high flyer and a source of inspiration to his colleagues.
Oh, well, look, as a business leader, I think I felt elated. And not just me, even for our colleagues here, everybody felt elated that someone from Brand Life came second in this competition.
Well, Ayodeji is currently our key strategist here at Brand Life. He has a uniquely creative mind, so to speak. He's quite hardworking and driven, and he tries to ensure successful execution of all and every project that he works on. Well, Ayodeji has actually been very consistent. I mean, that's why he naturally was able to become one of the nominated people for this award, so to speak. And his work execution speaks for him. a lot of the time.
As an experiential agency, we work with a couple of our clients. We call them accounts. Accounts are brand accounts. They are brand portfolios that we actually manage. And from ensuring that all of our clients' needs are met, to giving them marketing solutions, from writing proposals that helps them solve their marketing objectives, to helping them bring all of those solutions that we actually provide to life, reporting whatever activity that we have done, measuring what we set out to do in terms of objectives with whatever results that we have achieved, to see if the activity was a success, of course, and at the end of the day, ensuring that we get our money and we get paid for what we actually done.
And in third place is
Hamzat Ibrahim Olanrewaju is my name. A graduate of computer engineering from Olabisi Onabanjo University, and I work with Crescent Schools as a class teacher and a subject teacher of Year 6.
Described as a go-getter, Hamzat, a computer engineer, has taken to teaching like fish to water, and his dedication, humility, and passion have made him a leading light in the organization.
The winner, Mr. Ibrahim Hamzat Olanrewaju, is an excellent worker. He joined the organization in 2012, May, and ever since he has been a go-getter, very innovative, highly skilled, and he is a silent achiever. He does his things and everybody loves him. He is an excellent worker, and we are very glad to have him.
We felt elated, we felt honored, we felt recognized, and we felt the feeling of someone somewhere is actually looking at what we are doing as an organization. We also felt the need to use that as a moral booster or as a catalyst for productivity to other staff. That if this can happen to Mr. Ibrahim Olanrewaju Hamza, so it can also happen to any other member of staff.
As a class teacher, the very first thing that is very important is my punctuality every day. So I resume as early as 5:30 before the normal official resumption time to prepare my class and to get set for the lesson of the day.
Following the unveiling of the winners, the 20 finalists embarked on a roadshow aptly tagged NEYA Ambassadors Productivity Tour. First port of call was guest appearance on acclaimed breakfast show Your View on Workers' Day.
News mention is the fact that today is Workers' Day. We have to celebrate workers across the world. The aim is to build efficient and effective service delivery to Nigerians and foreigners at large. So please, if you're a worker in the house, please
As a matter of fact, kicking off the NEYA Productivity Tour on Workers' Day was symbolic, not just for the winners and organizers, but as an expression of our mission to change the narrative of what labor or work has come to mean in Nigeria.
Today on the show, we have the chairperson, TAM Summit and NEYA Awards, and CEO, White Teclon. Is that correct? White Cleon. Nereti Oyeni Adebayo. Also here is the convener, TAM Summit, and NEYA Awards CEO, SB Telecoms and Devices, Afolabi Abiodun.
We wanted it to be about celebration of the people who are bringing value to their employers. While nothing is perfect, we believe that employer-employee relations should be mutually inspiring and rewarding, with a focus on achieving corporate goals.
I think the emphasis mainly is on my brand, House of Tara. They train us a lot. You know, we do a lot of empowerment trainings and all for our employees to get them to be their best. So probably I was hungry to do things, and I found a good platform that was enabling for me to be able to emerge as the Employee of the Year.
The productivity tour continued with a courtesy visit with the management of TVC. The ambassadors were received by the commercial director, Mr. Ronan Redmond.
My name is Ronan. I'm the commercial director at TVC. And I'll start by apologising for Andrew, the CEO, he's at a conference on the island and he was expecting to be back here by 2, so he's obviously being held up. But I feel a personal affinity to Tams because I was at your conference last year and I was on the stage and I was there for the few hours.
So you have a good turnout from TVC. You also have a good turnout from Nigeria.
Oh.
Because the representative you have here today is actually representing the whole of Nigerian employees.
Redmond acknowledged the contributions of Nigerian employees, notwithstanding the added pressure of a tough economic environment.
It's a very challenging environment. You know, it's been a very tough recession. That places a lot of pressure on workplaces. That places more and more pressure on the employees in those workplaces.
I really appreciated this kind of gesture, and I thought within myself that I used to wonder that who else we appreciate us, especially us that we are working in X sector. If you look at it, health work, let me just put it in quotes, is a very cumbersome work and it's very taxing. It takes the spirit of God in you to be committed to that work, because you are trying to help somebody out and the person is not really appreciating your efforts, because in the society people just be like, when you go to the hospital they are so wicked, they don't have sympathy, they are so so when this kind of program came alive, I said, God, so you mean that you even we are the extreme end here, you even recognize our work. So it's a very good thing, and I'm highly excited.
Education being the bedrock for every development in every country, it has been a very great opportunity for being named, because sincerely in the school I've been seen as if this is a great recognition, because in our school there, the reward for hard work is just like more work. That's just the fact.
And from all your short anecdotes, there is no doubt that you are stars coming out of very challenging environments, whether it's education, health, general business. So look, I'll conclude by saying you are no doubt very worthy recipients of the recognition you're getting and will continue to get. I wish you every success. I really hope you all get big pay rises on the back of this. I hope there is that recognition, and I wish you, on behalf of TVC and my colleagues, I wish you every success in the weeks and months ahead. Yeah. There's more cameras in this room than we have in TVC.
The NEYA train moved on to Mega Electrics, operators of Classic FM, Nigeria FM, Lagos Talks, and the Beat 99.9 FM, with radio interviews and a courtesy visit with management. The team was received by the group head, Human Resources, Mrs. Chidinma Obiejesi, the Executive Director, Sales and Marketing, Mrs. Amira Obiokwe, and General Manager, Mr. D.G. Awokoya.
I'll allow my management team to introduce themselves, and then we get to meet all of you successful winners of Nigerian Employee of the Year. I guess this is the first 20 award.
Yes, the first.
Okay, fine. So you are all welcome. It's a good thing that we are here. As we all know, it's not easy to get to that level. I know the stages it went through, and having you people here right now shows that you really worked hard for it and that you really deserve it. So like I told you, they are here to visit us. You want to say a word or two to them before?
No, not really. Just to kind of welcome you all in and to say how excited we are about partnering with Tams, about looking for the Employee of the Year awards, right?
Yes.
Correct? Yeah,
and it's the first of its kind.
The first of its kind. I think that it's a laudable project, and it's always important to recognize the employees that are doing well in the company, and it helps to motivate them as well. So for us, it's an engagement that we're quite happy to collaborate with you and partner with you, and I hope that we're going to see
a lot more of this an employee, a lot more continuity. We should be here talking about it in 10 years' time as well.
The NEYA ambassadors were taken on a tour of the 4 studios where they met popular OAPs at work expectedly.
One should be working at least 7 businesses or 7 ventures.
And anybody whose tummy is as big as mine should learn from me how to suck it in when you're taking a picture. You know, check this out. You think I have a 6-pack, you know, even though I don't.
My name is Yinka. This is the Classic Lounge. I've got some guests in the studio with me. Got Afolabi Abiodun. He's the convener of the TAMS Summit and NEYA Awards. How are you today?
Very well, thank you.
Good to have you.
NEYA Awards.
NEYA Awards.
Okay, there's a NEYA, they celebrate employees where they inform this award, and of course, they focus. Basically, now people were serious with their work. When they go work, we can all those things. These people, now people will say that they catch people where
they come late.
On day 3 of the productivity tour, the convener of the awards and the NEYA ambassadors fielded questions from journalists at the press conference.
When the country was actually, declared to be in a recession, right? The theme for that year's summit was actually, how you can motivate everybody beyond pecuniary benefits. Like I said, compensation is important, but beyond compensation, we also have the intangibles. A good example of intangibles can be as cheap as thank you.
This year, will you tell us what the winner and the remaining 19 people will be getting? And I also want you to be specific on the criteria for choosing the winners of that criteria.
What we have created on our own portal is a portal where you actually can upload the information that we have. And from the 20 we have, like I said, the essence of introducing the voting is again to get the general public involved. So on the reward for this year, for the 20 nominees for starters, the reward actually started from when they became a nominee. So for the first 3, they are going on all expense paid trip to Dubai and Abu Dhabi, 2 cities actually, 2 nights at Abu Dhabi, 3 nights in Dubai, all expense paid trip. It also comes with travel allowance that goes with it. So that's what we have for the year. And of course, the most important part of it is the relationship we built.
Honored by the recognition accorded to Nigerian workers, Mrs. Fumilayo Lawale, matron at the General Hospital Lagos, spoke glowingly about NEYA and the need to value the contributions of Nigerian workers to the well-being of Nigerians and the growth of the nation.
This is a tip, or this is an encouragement for we workers generally in Nigeria, because actually workers are the one at the basis of productivity. Tell me that we have an association, we have a group of companies, we have somebody somewhere that will just take it right to celebrate we workers that we are really on the field.
Ayodiji Onabanjo agrees.
First, I'd like to return all the glory first to God for this very good privilege. I count it a rare honor. I happen to be the first runner-up, and give honor to, in absence, to the winner of this platform, so Raliat Abi, in absence. And I'd like to also say a very big thank you to TAMS for coming up with this platform. It's been a very good exposure, is what I must say.
Later that evening, the ambassadors were accompanied by a director of IMC Plantations, Mr. Brian Hammond, to Silverbird Cinemas for a 4DX cinema experience of the blockbuster movie Avengers Endgame. The productivity tour hit their home stretch on Wednesday, 8th May, as the NEYA ambassadors were received by Mr. Samson Ajibade, Permanent Secretary, Office of the Head of Service on behalf of the Lagos State Government. Impressed by the initiative, he challenged the awardees not to rest on their oars, while assuring the organizers of the support of the state government for initiatives such as NEYA that are designed to recognize superior performance and enhance productivity.
The convener summit, awardees, directors, I want to appreciate you, to welcome you to the office of the head of service, and to tender and reserve apology is engaged officially, not in town. So I don't want to disappoint and say we are scheduled. So let's have it. Now we have it. I want to appreciate you. All you have said at the program, honestly, I'm touched. Because seeing the Nigerian youth, notwithstanding the statement that Nigerian youths are lazy, what I have seen you exhibited is great. It's great. And I want to commend you for that. I'm so happy because I have some of our staff that are part of the winning team.
Madam, don't like your face now. Allow me your
little drops of water, little days of standards and meditation. If you are starting small, you will get big and bigger in this society. But you will need to commend this, the service and higher authority to let you know that look, some people are getting it right, they're thriving, whenever we need to give support. Whatever comes, we will not hesitate to do that. I want to welcome you, and for you, the award winners, don't rest on your awards. You have still not gotten there. I have a principal there when I was doing my HSC academy. They tell you when you have a BA, it's a begin again. When you have your MA, it tells you more ahead. You strive to have your PhD, press harder. I mean, when you have professors in person, you also have Professor Emeritus. Level down, pass level now.
As a token of gratitude for the reception by the state government, the NEYA delegation presented the productivity kit to the permanent secretary.
On behalf of TAM's team, our sponsors and supporters are present to develop this program.
The productivity tour was rounded off fittingly with a productivity workshop facilitated by Mrs. Adenireti Oyeniyi-Adebayo, CEO of White Cleon Limited, a leading human resource outsourcing and management solutions provider in Nigeria. The workshop was held in a relaxed atmosphere with a variety of mentally and physically stimulating games. In her characteristic warmth, Mrs. Adebayo got to meet with the ambassadors.
You can sit down, we are just discussing. Thank you.
I'm working at the General Hospital as my assistant hospital secretary.
My name is Ayodeji, and I'm the head of accounts for May Brands. I'm Timothy Olabi, I'm a mechanical technician.
My name is Abiodun Shudia of Global Sponsor Service. In my company, we do the transportation business, both in and out. I head the maintenance department section.
My name is Hamzat Ibrahim Olanrewaju. I take pride in my name as a teacher. It got to an extent that my office had to be giving me more responsibility. I take 8 subjects. It seems you can do it. Yes, I can really do it. Because I can do it.
I'm Chief Patron Olawale Fumilayo. I work with General Hospital Lagos under the Health Service Commission. I'm a ward manager. I manage one of the biggest wards in the hospital.
C1 ward, which is our on the island. So I'm managing a big ward, a male surgical ward, and I think one unique thing that has contributed to this award is that in my ward, my nurses, we are all together. I carry them along. In fact, we are equal. There's no, even though I'm a shift matron, but even the smallest nurse, I take them as my sisters. So we have a general cooperation to manage our patients.
Emmanuel Ojo, working with level 16, right on as operation manager.
While NEYA celebrates best performing employees, Adinireti emphasized the value of teamwork as a prerequisite for both organizational and individual success.
The idea of being successful in organizations is teamwork. I can bet that if he was alone doing his own thing, it would not be recognized. It's recognized because a team of people have come together to collaborate for the success of the organization and the individual.
After an enthralling and robust 120 minutes of fun, camaraderie, and no-holds-barred interactions, Adinireti, who is also the chairperson of the TAM Summit and Awards 2019, was elated to have hosted the NEYA ambassadors, thus drawing the curtain on the productivity tour.
Thank you. So walk in anytime. You are close by here. Yes. Thanks.
The Nigerian Employees of the Year Award is not just another trumpet-blowing initiative. We've been doing this for 5 years, and we're persuaded that honor should be given to those to whom honor is due, the people who contribute to the growth of our organizations and the nation at large.
The fact that, employees are being recognized is not just, most times you see that CEOs are being recognized, the companies are being recognized, but now the staff are being recognized. I think it's a commendable thing that NEYA is doing, and I wish we can continue doing that.
I was supposed to travel to Dubai at maybe some point just to go and relax, and this just came. I'm like, okay, God, what are you saying?
This is really good. It has made me a better person.
Great.